Hey everybody, it's Chris Betts with Chris Betts Real Estate, and I've been really thinking hard about this. I wanted to do a video on this situation going on with Zillow. It took me a lot of thinking yesterday and today how to address this, and the things that I wanted to talk about the most. And it's really not hard to find. Google Zillow sells houses, iBuyer, any of those things. It was very interesting to me what they were doing. It was very interesting to me that they weren't being investigated by the government a little bit for market manipulation. So what happened? We'll just summarize that to start with. They purchased roughly 7,000 homes. So Zillow, the app that you download on your phone, you go to find a house. Almost everybody's got it on their phone. They actually became a buyer. So the app you were using to find houses was also competing against you in the market to find a house too, making sellers offers based on their estimates. So that's part two of this conversation. So they buy up 7,000 of these houses, and now turns out they overpaid. They paid too much money. They're going underwater. They just laid off 25% of their workforce today. Apparently, it's going in a very bad direction, which is really interesting because realtors have been saying for years how inaccurate, how manipulative that market had become. That Zestimate. We get that question all the time. How accurate is the Zestimate? Well, folks, here's living proof that Zestimate is not very accurate. It's really, really hard to take an automatic value. I actually use an appraisal software when I go and price houses. It's a good baseline. It's a good starting point. But the thing that we don't take into account with that baseline is it's taking an average per square foot for an area. So this is really, really important. It's taking an average for a whole neighborhood. So if you got a house sitting next door with a finished basement, and the one that we're in doesn't, and you average the two together, you're going to be too high on one and too low on the other because it's not a fair, accurate estimate for that specific house. Another one, maybe it is just needs a ton of remodeling. It's built in 1990. It's all original and it's just been lived hard in, and it needs $30, $40, $50, $60,000 worth of updates because it's a 30-year mark. You need a new roof, a new furnace, new AC. And the one next door is fully updated. You could have a $50,000, $100,000 difference between the two houses. So that is where a local professional coming to give you a market opinion. And when people ask me what a house is worth, I can always give them a ballpark, but I always tell them like, hey, this is just generally speaking. I would love to see your home in person though, and I can give you an accurate number. Because I don't want to stick my neck out there and give you a bad number. I don't want to give you an estimate. I don't want to give you my RPR value. I don't want to give you any of those things. I want to give you a realistic number for your house based on my market expertise, and work together with you to come up to a price that you're happy with, but the market will also bear. So that's where the Zestimate conversation comes up. The whole iBuyer thing is really interesting. It is changing the market some. But when you look at the people that are involved in there, there's really deep pockets. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out with it. Is it, market manipulation? Is it essentially creating a monopoly and unfair advantage? Because that's something that the U.S. federal government's actually looking at real estate agents right now on their commissions and everything. A trade that's been around forever has been in the spotlight about the sellers paying agent commissions, which it's the way it's always been done. It's very fair. It's very transparent. But the U.S. federal government was trying to decide, is that fair and transparent? And now they haven't done anything on this. I really hope they do. I hope they start researching these iBuyers and Zillow as a home buying thing. And the last part I just wanted to touch on, and I was really thinking through, something that my team has done, Miles, Rachel, and I, we've worked super hard to create an ecosystem for our buyers that get some timely, accurate information. So we work with a ton of buyers. I'd say it's about a 2-to-1 ratio, buyers to sellers. That's why we sold over 60 properties this year. And our job is to help our clients find the best house and be eyes wide open when they're going into a purchase. We do our very, very, very best to help them do their research and find a good buy that fits their loan program, that fits their family's needs. We created our website, Chris Betts Real Estate or betsteam.com. You can get to it either way. That ecosystem is linked to 3 Central Iowa MLS services. So those are directly linked to the feed that each agent is looking at. So we're getting timely, accurate information directly from the very best source for our buyers. So our buyers are seeing those properties with accurate information as soon as they're available. We did that unbranded. We wanted it away from Zillow. We wanted it away from Realtor.com. Any of these people that are essentially charging realtors for leads. So Realtor.com sells leads. Zillow sells leads off of our listing information from the MLS. It increases our cost of doing business because when we advertise a property, instead of getting the leads that we normally get from just MLS and so forth, people are going on Zillow and Realtor.com, and then they're clicking call an agent, and then we get charged for that, which is kind of an interesting conundrum. So I love when my clients are in our ecosystem using our system, which we pay money for, and they're getting the most accurate information real time from the MLS. We can interact, we can send messages back and forth. They can request showing requests directly from us on our website. And we're working on an app as well so that they can have an even more engaging experience on their cell phone, because everybody's on their cell phone now. But we really think that's important to have concise, accurate information in a single spot that's not providing inaccurate estimates and so forth. So I hope this is a great summary, but I'm really excited that something has happened that will hopefully shift the dynamic of where this has been headed the last few years. And we're going to continue to build our technology so that our clients get the very, very best on the buying and selling side, whether it's our large marketing pool that our listings go into, to get the very, 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 very best exposure across every listing platform, and get it into the hands of every buyer's agent out there so that as many eyes are on our properties as possible. And then also our buyers have a leg up on the competition when we go to buy, because we're getting the information to them timely, quickly, and accurately. So we'll continue to invest in that. We'll continue to work our butts off for you guys. It's been a fantastic year. 2021 is amazing. 2020 was great. But we're over 60 properties for the year. We're up to $18 million in volume. That should all close before the end of the year. And man, I cannot wait to see what 2020 has in store as we continue to build out the team and do the best for our clients. Have a great evening, guys. Thank you so much.